Hey, what is going on guys, this is Tharshey and welcome back to another Game of Thrones Conquest video. Today we're going to be doing a beginner's guide to Game of Thrones Conquest. So if you guys are starting off or you guys are new to the game, then make sure you watch this entire video as I'll be going through absolutely everything you need to know for a new player. So hope you guys do enjoy the video, and if you do, please do drop a like, comment and subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to turn on those post notifications. Anyway, let's get straight into the video. Okay guys, so let's get straight into it. So first things we're going to look at is your farms and stuff like that. So if you look at your farms, you can see you can upgrade them and it will tell you the requirements and it will give you the stat of each farm. Now if you don't want to check everything one by one, you can go and you can click on this little thing over here. So if you click on that, it will tell you your total food income produced per an hour, the total amount of wood you produce per an hour, the total amount of stone and iron you produce per an hour. And as you see now, under food, you have food income, which is basically 30,000 an hour. Then you have estimated upkeep, which is 900,000 an hour. Now, I just want everyone to know this now, okay? Because when I first started the game, I was like, how do I balance my food and my upkeep? How do I balance it? Just know, upkeep literally does not ever matter, okay? You're never gonna have to worry about it, except in using up your food quickly. So just don't bother, okay? Doesn't matter if your upkeep is 1 million, 2 million, 10 million, 100 million per an hour, it does not matter, okay? Now, if you click on any of these, it will give you a breakdown of each of your farms that you have, how much each one produces, and then your bonuses as well. And then if you activate a boost, it will also show you how much it produces with the boost. So let me just do that. Let's boost this over here, my level 26. Now you'll see my food income is 38,000 instead of the 29,000 something. And if I click on that and I scroll down, it will say 7,380 an hour plus my harvest boost, which is another 7,380 an hour. So, and then it also gives you your harvest boost bonus and it tells you the amount produced due to your boost. So that is basically how your farms, sawmills, iron mines and stone quarries work. And just know this, if you're gonna rely on them for resources, like to produce enough resource to upgrade stuff, just don't bother, okay? The only reason why I even have them is because you need to have one at max level to upgrade certain buildings, etc. So I have one sawmill and one farm, both at max level, and then I have a bunch at level 10 because they're just super low level and doesn't really cost me anything to upgrade them to there. So yeah, same for my iron mine. I have one at 26, one at 22, the other one's at level 10. It's a bit more profitable than sawmills and farms, but still not really worth it. And for my stone quarries, I have one maxed as well. So that is that, okay? Now the next thing you need to know is don't upgrade buildings if there's no events, okay? So these are events, okay? Events basically reward you for doing certain stuff, like for example, Hot Pie Day. This event rewards you for gathering resources from the map. So for gathering food resources, it gives you points and those points get you rewards. So example, rewards for getting 1 point, it will give me some steel and some boxed food. For tier 2, once I reach 13,000 points, it'll give me those rewards, and so on and so forth, okay? So if there's no events on, for example, a building event, if there's a building event on, then upgrade your big buildings, yeah? These buildings cost a lot of resources and therefore give you a lot of points. Those points translate into bigger rewards, so try upgrade these buildings only during building events. These buildings here, like your medic tents, your war camps, your farms, your sawmills, your stone quarries and stuff, upgrade all of these when there's no events on, because they basically give you no points at all. Even at a level 26 to level 27 upgrade, it will literally give you like near 0 points. It's not worth it, okay? Now we're going to talk about war camps. War camps basically allow you to increase the amount of troops you can train. So if you look at stats, war camps, you'll see power, then you'll see training capacity and training speed. So the more war camps you have at higher level, it allows you to train more troops at a time, and it allows the training speed to be increased. Training speed just means, for example, let's go train on stables, right? So if I want to train 1,181 troops, it'll take me 12 hours and 20 minutes. But now if I upgrade my war camps and stuff, I'll be able to train more than 1,181. Or if I have certain armor sets, that will also increase the amount of troops I can train at a time, as well as the time that it will take for me to train them. So that's just how training your troops works, okay? And your medic tents now, medic tents are extremely important. You must try to have all of them built, and you must try to increase them to the highest level you can. And that's because each medic tent gives you a certain amount of wounded. So a level 22 medic tent has 11,000 wounded capacity. If upgraded to level 23, it will give me 11,500 wounded capacity. Now the reason this is so important is because if you get attacked, for example, right? So let's just have a look right now. Healing. Okay, right now I have 206,000 wounded capacity, but that's just because there's an event right now that gives a buff to the amount of wounded capacity you can have at a time. Okay, so right now I have 206,000 wounded at a max that I can have in my tents. So let's say I have 300,000 troops and someone attacks me now, right? 206,000 of those troops will go to my medic tents and be wounded there, and 100,000 of them will die. And the thing is, if I want to heal them, yes, it will cost a whole lot, but that cost is still less than if you have to retrain those 200,000 troops. So just know, like, if I want to retrain 100,000 tier 8 cav, it's going to cost a lot more than it would take me to heal 100,000 tier 8 cav. Therefore, having a higher amount of medic tents means if you're ever attacked, you can save more of your troops. So yeah, always try to keep as your medic tents as a high level as you can, and make sure they are all built at a time. Okay, next we're going to go over power breakdown. So this is your power. Power just is a rough indicator of how strong your keep is or how strong an enemy keep is. So you have building power, that's by the level of your buildings, etc. You have research power, so let's just show you building power. Stats, so each building there, this contributes 36,000 power. Research power is the amount of research you have done, for example, yeah. So each time you finish this research, it will contribute so much of power, and so on and so forth. Now let's just go back to power. True power is for every single troop you train, it will increase your power. Gear power is the gear you're currently wearing. So for example, I'm wearing this at the moment, so all of this gives power. For example, this Dornish silk headscarf gives me 94,000 gear power. So that's just your gear power. Trap power is the amount of traps you have. So I don't have any traps at the moment built, therefore my trap power is 0. Title power is from holding a seat of power. For example, if I hold Winterfell, then from holding that title it will give me bonuses, but it will also give me power, but it doesn't really matter. So dragon talent power, basically when you look at your dragon now, say if I go to my dragon, your dragon himself gives you power, and dragon talents give you power. So every time you upgrade your dragon a level, you get another talent point that you can put into this. So for example, this is maxed out 5 of 5, and therefore it gives me 5,000 power. So that's your dragon talent power. Then can we just click on that? There we go. Dragon power is just the dragon itself. Armory power is the strength of your armory, and hero power is the strength of your hero council. So let's just go to armory and look over here. So for example, this 20 queen set gives me 6,000 power, and the higher level and the higher rarity the items you put in there, the more power they will give you. As for your hero council, if I go to heroes and I go to council, these heroes here contribute 22,000 power. So that's where my hero power comes from. Next, we're going to have a look at army breakdown. So total troops right now I have is 350,000 troops, and they give me 4.7 million power. So it tells you the amount of infantry you of each level you have, the amount of ranged, cavalry, and siege you have, and how much of power each of those troops contributes to you. Then it also shows you your march pawns and your estimated upkeep. If I want to, I can go and I can change my march pawns to something else, but I'm happy with what I have, so I'm not going to be changing that now. Now, next thing we're going to have a look at is food and resources. So as you can see, protected food is 680,000, protected wood is 680,000, protected stone is 130,000, and protected iron is 47,500. So that means if you have less than that and someone attacks you, they can't take any of your resources. But if you have more than that, for example, my stone, if someone attacks me, they can steal that 730,000 extra stone that I have. That's why I'm making sure I'm bubbled, but I will make sure I change my bubbles so I don't get zeroed again. Now we're going to have a look at your actual profile. So here it shows you your name, your power, what tier you are in your current alliance. So I'm no longer leader of my own alliance. Instead, I'm in this alliance called Chaos. That's why it shows there. Then you have your equipment loadouts. So equipment loadouts basically allow you to preset different loadouts. So this is very helpful, especially in PvP, and just so you don't have to go and manually change. So I don't have to manually change to something each time. Instead, Right now I'm wearing cav gear, but let's say I want to start fighting with ranged, or I need to fight with ranged because someone else is sending, for example, infantry. So if infantry are strong against cav are strong against ranged are strong against infantry. So if they're sending infantry to kill my cav, then the strongest thing will be to use my ranged against them. But I don't want to go and manually change each item, it'll take too long. So I have a preset done for that. So I click this and it changes, and boom, I have a full range set on. Now the same thing can go for crafting and stuff. So if you don't want to be spending more resources than you have to, then you can make a crafting set. So for example, when you crafting gear and stuff, so I have a crafting set for that. And this set here, if I go and look at my stats now, so this equipment here gives me 253% steel crafting efficiency, which means it'll cost me a lot less steel when I'm crafting gear. So that's just the, that's why you should make use of these. So I have 6 presets and I have each one set to something important for me, and make sure you guys also have that as well. Then yeah, these are just your bannermen. So you can go to bannerman, this will show you who your liege is and who your bannermen are. Now if you want, you can go, okay, now this is for new players, right? A lot of new players, they don't know basically how alliances work and stuff like that. So alliances, if you're in an alliance, okay, just click this bottom button here on the right with the flag, and it'll take you here. So now, okay, for a brand new player, right? So first things first, this will be on and that will be on, I think. So first things first is, if you don't want your gifting to be anonymous, gifting basically is every time someone in your alliance buys a pack, it will send a gift to the rest of the alliance, okay? So if I buy a $100 pack, everyone in my alliance will get a gold gift or something. It'll be a big gift that contains something for them, okay? So if I want them to know who it is, so I buy a pack, I can click that. But if I want to be anonymous, I don't want people knowing that I'm buying those packs and they're getting gifts because of that, then I click it on that. I just have it on red. Now, auto accept bannerman on and off. Basically what that means is, if I have it off, people can just join under me. If I have it on like this, so it's red, then they have to request and I have to accept them. And for a new player, always make sure this is red, okay? If this is not red, most alliance leaders are not going to even bother with you unless they're willing to train you up, because it means you have no knowledge of the game, okay? Because if this is open, then you can get spy accounts from other alliances, etc. joining under you, and it's just not a pretty thing, okay? So that's, make sure always have your auto accept bannerman off and have anonymous gifting, whatever your preference is. So gifts, now any gifts that you have, you can collect from here. So if someone in my alliance buys a pack, a gift will be sent, I can come here and collect it. Alliance members just shows you a breakdown of all your alliance members here. And now if we have my bannerman, it just shows you your own banners. Liege finder basically allows you to find a liege if you want, though it only ever gives you like tiny alliances with nobody in them, because any good alliance basically has all their banners closed, all the auto accept bannermen off, and therefore you can't just join them using the liege finder. Now if you want to find certain seats of power, you have find seats of power, so you can click that, and then it shows each of the different regions: Dawn, the Reach, the Stormlands, the Crownlands, the Westerlands, the Vale, the Riverlands, and the North. So let's say I want to find something in the North, right? Then you click on the North, and then it will show all the different castles and stuff. So let's say I want to go to, let's see, what should we go? Let's go to Winterfell, right? If you don't know where, then you can go here, you click view on map, and then it will take you all the way to Winterfell, and you can see where that is. So there we go. Now I know exactly where Winterfell is. It's opening in 6 days, and yeah, there's a whole bunch of alts around it as well. But that's just a stupid alt wall. Anyway, now you know, okay? So if you want to find a seat of power, then you go here, you go down, you go to find seats of power. You click the one you want to find. For example, let's go to the Iron Throne, go view on map, and this will take me directly to King's Landing. So there's King's Landing over here, and it's being held by an alt of guns at the moment. Okay, cool. Anyway, let's go back in here and get on to the next thing. So next we have your dragon, okay? Your dragon is basically, well, it's a money hole, guys. So I would recommend not spending any money on your dragon. It's just not worth it. If you really want to, fine, go ahead, but it's smarter to spend your money on buying packs for crafting, etc. because yeah, you need stats. This game is all about stats. So if you have higher stats, you will beat another player. So you rather spend your money, buy packs that give you crafting stuff, and then use that to get higher armory powers, or buy stuff for your research and max out your research, etc. But now back to your dragon. So dragon talents, every time So let's just go here. Now if I feed my dragon, every time it fills this bar up, it will upgrade a level. When it upgrades a level, it gets a dragon. Well, actually no. Every time it goes to one of those little golden squares. So if you look over here at the bottom, you can see 2 golden squares are filled in and the rest of them are empty. As I continue feeding my dragon food, it will up, that blue bar will go up and it will go over more of those squares, and those squares will turn golden. Every time they turn golden, I will get a dragon talent, which I can then go and upgrade something with. For example, if I get a dragon talent point, I can go here and I can train 1. And what this will do is it will increase my dragon defense against cavalry by 1%. So it's all helps your stats as well. And as for your dragon, don't feed, okay, so you have different rarities of food. Basically, don't feed your dragon anything above, I would say green if there's no event on. So if there's no event on that gives you points and gives you rewards for feeding your dragon, feed your dragon common food or green food. When an event comes on, then you can feed him blue, purple or gold or whatever you want. And like as you can see, I'm saving all my purple food right now for the next event, so I can get as many points as I can from actually feeding my dragon, because I want to be rewarded for doing that, you know. So research is obviously very important. Make sure you get all your research done. And you have maester chain. So when you get a certain amount of research done, for example, so let's look at logistics, right? Once you've got certain stuff done for logistics, you can upgrade it. So this is logistics mastery 1 and this is logistics mastery 2. So in order to actually be able to unlock logistics mastery 2 and train it, you have to have all these other researches done prior to unlocking this. So just always make sure you come and you check on your maester change and just see if you have anything unlocked, because you won't really know what the requirements are for each one. So just come and check. Like I actually have military mastery 3 unlocked. I did not know that, but it costs a lot. But yeah, that's why you do that during an event. This 30 million wood food that it costs 6 million stone, 2.2 million iron will result in a lot of points during a research event. So yeah, that's a lot of what you do need to know. What else should you guys know? Oh, let's go to crafting. So crafting is something that is way too much to explain in this one video, guys. Like everyone gets so confused around crafting. A lot of people hate crafting, but I'm just go through the basics. So these are your recipes. So everything at level 35 that you can craft is over here. And yeah, this is just your helmets. This is your chest pieces, your pants, your boots, your rings, or yeah, your rings, I guess you would say, your weapons, and these are your trinkets. Then these are event gear, so this just puts each of your different crafting things into a set. For example, there's your Reaver, Faith Militant, Wilding set. So if you click on this, it will show you the different items from that set. Then your equipment is all the stuff you currently have crafted. Materials is the amount of each material you have. And armory is your armory. So armory basically gives you bonuses. For example, Fiery Zealot, right? If we manage this, okay, so if you have everything in here filled up, then it will give you infantry attack plus player, ranged attack plus player, and cavalry attack plus player. And to unlock all 3 bonuses, you have to have a minimum of 2 legendary and 4 stuff above fine, which is blue. So yeah, but don't worry, because if you have 2 legendary, 2 fine and 2 common, that will work as well, because that's all you need. So the absolute minimum to unlock all 3 stats is 2 legendary items, 2 blue items, and 2 common items. But if you do that, you won't have the best stats possible. So try and aim for the strongest possible things you can have. But I'm not going to get into this now, guys, because that is a lot of stuff, okay? If you do want to know more about crafting, go and check out my other videos on crafting. I have, I think, 2 or 3 videos that focus only on crafting, so go and watch those and you'll get a full explanation on crafting and like crafting for free-to-play players, crafting the expensive way, gambling and all that stuff, okay? Because crafting is a pretty big part of the game and it's very important when it comes to your stats and your gear stats, your unit stats, etc. So go and watch those crafting videos if you're not sure or if you want to know more about crafting. So that's your crafting. This is your shrine. Your shrine, you get free daily praise which you can use, and I would recommend always using it on steel, because you're gonna run out of, oh, did I just spend gold in that? Oops. You're gonna eventually run out of steel because you need hundreds of millions of steel for crafting high level gear. So always use your daily prayers on steel, and bonus prayers, do not use them. Okay, I only have 5 at the moment because I used mine, but keep them because there's an event called, well, I don't remember what it's called, but there's the event that basically gives you rewards for doing your daily prayers and stuff. So when that event comes around, then you're gonna go use all your bonus prayers up and get as many points as you can. for that. Okay, now let's go to my keep and have a look at that. Just wait for this to load. Okay, now here we are at my keep. Okay, as you can see, I'm gonna keep 26, and now there's an event currently that gives you points for actually finding sawmills and stuff, or farms, I believe, sorry. So now if you want to find a farm, right, and you don't want to just go and look slowly and scan the map, now they have something that's actually very helpful. And the reason why I'm showing this to you is because even though it's pretty obvious, I honestly didn't know about it at first, and it took me kind of long to figure out how to even use it. So you have this little like compass little icon on the bottom left. So if you click on this, it will show you general and events. So general just has your 4 different types of resources plus creatures, and the events is for certain events. If I want to find creatures that correspond to this regular Lord of Light event between level 28 and level 13, and I do this, it will search and find them for me. But right now I want to find sawmills that are level 6 only, so let's search for level 6 sawmills. And you can just scan around like this, and then once it finds it, it will go and like become a big golden circle, I believe. So let's just see, can we get any level 6 sawmills? No? Maybe? I don't know. I'm just searching around, guys, hoping. Come on. You know what, let's just change my search parameters from level 6 almost to level 5 and 6, because if I get level 5, there we go. So as you can see, it says farm found, and it comes up on your map. You click on the icon on your map, and it will take you to there. Now I'm gonna go and send a full march. Now sending marches, guys, and your march, so you have 6, well, I have 6 different march slots, and that's because I have each one set to something different. For example, my number 1 is set to cav. So now this is especially helpful during battles at SOPs. So if I'm fighting at a SOP and I need to respond to enemy infantry, for example, I don't want to go and have to go unselect that and go and select my archers or whatever, right? Because that's going to take up a lot of time. Instead, I'll just go and click number 2, because number 2 is my archer setup. So now I will send a full march of ranged. Or let's say the enemy is sending cavalry. Cavalry is going to destroy my ranged, right? And so if I want to counter that, now I'm going to want to send my infantry, but I don't want to go and do that slowly by unselecting and then selecting my infantry. Instead, I'll just go and click number 3, which is my infantry. And actually, let's just pull that up. There we go. Save. And yeah, that's basically what you can do. You can also change your march pawns. So if you click here, you can change your march pawns here instead of through the earlier way I showed you. So just make use of your different marches. Anyway, let's send a full march here to gather. So I'm just going to use recommended. Recommended is the game will just recommend troops for you. In fights, don't ever use this, but just for something like this, you can, because I just want to send the minimum amount I actually need to send to gather those troops. Okay, no, it's sending. I want to gather fast, so let's use my cav, and let's just use my dragon, because why not? So let's go there. Okay, so 87,000 for food from this, and can I do that? There we go. So that's going to take 1 minute 56 to get there. It's going to take a couple hours to actually farm that, and then it will come back. Now let's go find some more farms. So because I have 4 different things, so there we go. You know what, let's just send this 3 minutes. Nah, yeah, 3 minutes, why not? So we're gonna send that. There we go. Search again. The only reason why I'm sending all my troops farming is because it's for an event. But yeah, farms and stuff are pretty useless when it comes to actually gathering enough resources to be helpful. But that's just because you know, it's at my level. For smaller players, you guys may actually, you know, farms can actually help you and stuff. But there is also another thing. So if you're a small player, you haven't spent a lot of gold, and you are worrying about your troops getting killed if someone hits you because you don't have a shield now, right? So one thing to do is make sure all your resource levels are below your protected, okay? Because if you have less resources than what is protected, then that means that even if someone hits you, they can't steal any of your resources. It's all protected, it's all saved. The only thing that they can do is kill your troops. So how to stop that, okay? If you're logging off and you don't have a shield, then go choose somewhere, go across the map, right? Go to the other side of the map, couple, maybe 300, 400, 500 leagues away, choose a farm and send as many troops as you can to that farm. And by doing that, it will take a couple hours to get there. And when it gets there, it will take maybe 8 or 10 or 12 hours to gather that food and a couple hours to come back. So by doing that, if someone hits you during that time, your troops will be gone and you won't lose any troops, okay guys? Let's just find this last farm, by the way. And we found it there, perfect. And let's go select recommended, there we go. And boom. Okay, so we sorted out there, let's go back in. So yeah, just make sure if you're logging off and you're not shielded, and make sure your resources are below your protected amount, and make sure all your troops are away, okay? Because normally you probably won't have enough troops to fill all your marches for quite a decent amount of time. So while you don't, send all your troops far away. If someone hits you, it won't do anything. You won't lose any troops because all your troops are gone and they're busy farming. You won't lose any resources because all your resources are below the protected amounts. But once you do start having more troops and resources and you can actually keep safe by doing what I'm telling you, then make sure you shield every day, guys. Otherwise you're gonna get hit, you're gonna die, and yeah. Anyway, I hope you guys do enjoy this video. This is just a beginner's guide to Game of Thrones Conquest. If you guys want to see my tips and trick videos or my other beginner's guide, then go and check all of those out because it's definitely very helpful. And yeah, if you guys have any questions at all, like anything at all, if you're a brand new player, if you're intermediate, if you're an advanced player but you have a question about the game, then let me know down below in the comment section, and I will be looking at all the comments and responding and trying to help out anybody and everybody. So yeah, hope you guys did enjoy, and I'll see you guys in the next one.